Abby Johnson joins us now. She's the head of, well, a number of organizations I know, and she's just been out there. Everybody knows Abby Johnson. The movie Unplanned is she just sort of charged into the national conversation and really, I think, reset properly the discussion on life. And she joins us now via Skype. Abby, God bless you. You had to, I'm sure you weren't surprised to see yourself presented that way in the media, but they had to do something to discount you because you're very effective at what you do. Very much so. Welcome.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm a racist. I'm against a woman's right to vote. I'm all the things. So yeah, it was fine. I was expecting it. As soon as I accepted, the invitation to speak at the RNC, I was like, okay, what are they gonna dig up? Right.
Right. What are they gonna throw at you?
I used to drink a lot in college. So I figured some of those pictures might come out, but they haven't come out yet. So
yeah, well, if you played in an alt rock band and went as a furry every now and then, and your last name was O'Rourke, then it would be okay, right? It'd be acceptable. Tell me about your thoughts as to the focus on pro-life issues at this convention. Do you agree that, because I just and I kept thinking, is it me? I just don't remember seeing such a focus on it, which is awesome. And I love that we're moving in this direction and we're having these conversations on it during prime time television, which is it wasn't a conversation to have in the afternoon when everybody's at work. This was on prime time, millions of people watching. How do you feel about that when you see that that's finally now, it's right there in the center of America's focus?
People had said to me, Abby, I feel like that was probably the most graphic description of abortion that has ever been given on primetime television ever in history. And, maybe it was, I don't know. But I feel like here's how I feel. I feel like for the first time in years, the DNC did not have anybody from Planned Parenthood or the abortion lobby speak.
That's a good point.
At their convention. And now here for the first time ever in history, the RNC had a former Planned Parenthood clinic director speak. So I think it shows the Republican Party is, they're moving on the issue of life, right? Yes. This is an important cause for the Republican Party to take up and champion, right? And I feel like the Democratic Party is being a little dishonest because they're trying to move away from it. I think they feel like it's not a winning issue anymore. But don't be fooled, because Biden and Harris are probably the most anti-life, pro-abortion ticket we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. I would agree. And you would, and folks, we're talking with Abby Johnson. If you're listening across the country, if you're watching via 244 Pluto TV on the first, Abby, obviously everyone knows from the movie, the documentary Unplanned, and was director of one of the biggest Planned Parenthood clinics in the country, and then realized, had a come to Jesus moment and left it, and is now one of the loudest, most advocates for pro-life ever, which is fantastic. And I think you were right, because and I don't even know if I would say graphic, because you're talking because we played portions of your speech on the program, and truthful, honest, I think. Yeah. is the way that I would characterize that. It wasn't, that's just the truth of it. There are so many, especially college kids, who I think don't fully think about what that entails, that process, and now they do. What is your experience when you actually tell someone, you know what, this is what happens. I know what happens. This is what is done. What effect does that have on them when they realize it's more than just like a statement on a bumper sticker or like a vaguely described procedure? How do they react when they get a bio lesson 101?
A lot of times they're they're sort of shocked, because look what the media has done to abortion. Mm-hmm. They
romanticized
it.
Yeah.
They've romanticized it. So there was that movie, I don't know what it's called. It was like Always, Sometimes, Never, Rarely, or whatever it was, right? It was like whatever that movie came out in the spring. And now there's this new movie coming out on HBO called Unpregnant. Okay. So
Unpregnant.
Unpregnant. Okay, so you've got these two movies now that have come out within the year, and both of them have the same sort of premise. Like, girl gets pregnant, needs an abortion. She goes on this road trip, this fun road trip to get an abortion, and along the way she meets a quirky friend, and they have this fun time going to get an abortion at this clinic. And then, she rolls up into the clinic, and all the staff, they're all cool and hip and tattoos, and I'm like, guys, that's not abortion. Okay, first of all, figure out what the hell abortion is. Okay, is it a painstaking, difficult decision that a woman has to make? Or is it all fun and like craps and giggles as you road trip across the country?
That's
Okay. Like what is it? Right? Like, make up your mind.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Second of all, like, they have sterilized and sanitized abortion to the point where people don't even know what it is. Like, it's not fun. Like, you don't walk into a clinic and like giggle the whole way through your procedure. Okay? Like, you go back to a room alone with a doctor who doesn't give a crap about you. Like, you are money to them. You are money. And at the end of your procedure, you go into a recovery room where every single woman in that room is crying. They are sobbing. And you have 20 minutes to get yourself together and to justify killing your baby, because every single woman in that recovery room is regretting her decision. And your job in that 20 minutes is to figure out how you can make it okay in your mind that you just killed your baby. And you've got 20 minutes to do it. And most of the time, they can figure out how to do it. And you're given a glass of water out of a paper Dixie cup and a couple of saltine crackers, and you're sent out the front door.
Wow.
To be picked up on the curb. That's abortion. That's the reality of abortion. It's bloody, it's disgusting, it's baby parts being pieced back together, put down a disposal sometimes, and sometimes being sent to a facility where they're incinerated. That's abortion. Like, people don't even know what it is. They don't even know the reality. So when I tell them this, they're like, no, that can't be true. They don't even believe it. And there was this stupid, like, when I said in my talk, like, did you even know abortion had a smell?
Yeah.
Which was totally ad lib. Like, I didn't even write
there
down.
There have been articles. I had 3 of them up here. One of them was written, one of the young women's, like the early 20, like I think it was actually Cosmo that did it. They wrote a piece about it.
That's what I was going to talk about. Cosmo.
Yeah.
My abortion smelled like apple juice and whatever. I'm like, shut. Like, you don't have any idea. You know what abortion smells like? It smells like blood. It smells like the iron in blood that's all over the floor after we suction out your baby. That's what it smells like. It smells like blood, and it smells like death. That's what it smells like. It doesn't smell like anything you described in your stupid Cosmopolitan article. And you don't even remember, because you were sedated. And you know why we sedated you? We sedated you so that you wouldn't remember the smell.
Oh.
So that you wouldn't remember the comments that the doctor made about your genitalia as he was looking at you.
Oh, man.
And making fun of you. That's why we sedated you. So you don't even remember what it smelled like.
Wow.
You don't remember the jokes that the staff was making about you.
Wow.
So don't give me your stupid Cosmopolitan article.
Yeah,
that
piece was.
They don't even know what they're talking about. But they have bought into this lie that they need abortion, that they have to have abortion. And then, well, gosh, if we don't have abortion, then women are going to go to these clinics. And then, then what? Gosh, I mean, what happens if we make abortion legal? What other thing do we worry about that's illegal that we worry about making safer? Like, what other argument do we do that with? Like, do we do that? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
Driving is illegal. So how do we make drinking and driving safer for people?
Yeah,
we don't do that with anything else. Like, we're not like, how do we abuse children more
Safer.
safe?
Yeah.
Like, how do we do that in a safer way? Why are we so concerned about killing babies safely if it becomes illegal?
That's the $1 million question. Abby, this is why you are so you connect with so many people. We're running short on time now, but my gosh. And I know you do a podcast as well, which you just launched, abbyjohnson.org. I need y'all to go there because that's her website, and she has everything up there. And I believe you also have your podcast link up there too. And links.
Politely rude with Abby Johnson.
Politely honest. How about that? I think she's just honest. No, I have to tell, I'm grateful for what you do. I really am, because I think that you're able to speak in terms, especially that the next generation can understand, and you're able to just punch through all the BS, and with the authority of experience, tell these kids and tell these young women and just tell people in general, look, this is what you're talking about. This is what you're discussing when you discuss pro-choice, which I think is a crazy term. And when you talk about all of this, I don't know how many lives you saved. I'm sure there are countless lives, Abby, that you are directly responsible for saving because you've woken people up. And for that, we are grateful. abbyjohnson.org. And I'm glad that you spoke at the RNC, and I hope you speak at the next one too. Abby, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dana.
Of course.